And now, City TV 19 presents Senior Moments.
Hello, welcome to Senior Moments. I'm Linda Brayman, and I'm very excited to be working with Joe Medrano and Bonnie Weber, who do an excellent job in hosting these programs. Senior Moments covers events and activities in the Ann Arbor Ypsilanti area at the Ann Arbor Senior Center, Turner Senior Resource Center, Pittsfield Senior Center, Ypsilanti Senior Center, and the Ann Arbor Community Center. They also provide valuable information for senior citizens on such issues as health, wealth, finance, and entertainment. Senior Moments premieres on the last Sunday of the month with reruns on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., Saturdays at 9 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. on CTN Channel 19 for each month. Don't go away, we have a great show coming up.
Well, it's a great day for singing a song to a friend. Well, it's a great day for singing a song to a friend.
Hello, I'm Rachel Dewees, Director of Turner Senior Wellness Program at the University of Michigan. This program is located at the Turner Senior Resource Center and offers a wide range of activities and services to increase well-being, whether through our congregate meal program, computer mentoring, cooking demonstrations, exercise classes, information on community resources, and much more. One of those offerings is the Aphasia Community Chorus. Aphasia may not be a word familiar to some, but perhaps you've heard of this language disorder or even have a friend or family member with aphasia. In Ann Arbor, there's an organization to support people with aphasia. The Aphasia Community Friendship Center is a nonprofit organization that has been supporting this underserved population since 2010. Today we have Lynn Chenoweth, a board-certified music therapist and the executive director of the center. Welcome, Lynn.
Thank you, Rachel. It's my pleasure to be here.
As you know, we met last year when the Turner Senior Wellness Program was offering a movement and dance class for people with Parkinson's disease. At the end of that class, a few of the members asked if there was any place that they could find a singing group. And as many people with Parkinson's develop aphasia, we decided to reach out to you. And as it turned out, you were interested in doing the exact same thing, and a partnership was born. Can you say a little bit about why you wanted to start the Aphasia Community Chorus?
Well, I have to go back to first explaining why I started the Aphasia Community Friendship Center. Because at that time there was no program in Washtenaw County or even southeastern Michigan for people with aphasia. And maybe we need to quickly define aphasia as, you mentioned, a language disorder, but it affects a person's ability to express themselves with words, reading, writing, sometimes understanding the meaning of words, and it's very frustrating, and they do a lot of speech therapy, but they need to have a place, and a safe, supportive, non-clinical environment to go to continue working on their speech and language skills after they've finished speech therapy. So that's how the program got started originally. But there's always been in my plan to have an Aphasia Community Chorus. And until now, there's been no vocal program in Washtenaw County for this population, even though there's ample research supporting singing as a viable treatment modality for speech and language disorders. So we might wonder, why singing? What is so important about singing? Singing and speaking come from different areas of the brain. So if there's some kind of change in the brain, a damage, insult due to stroke, traumatic brain injury, Parkinson's, as you mentioned, and other neurological conditions, people may have difficulty speaking, but they can sing much easier. And singing and speaking, although they don't share the same area in the brain, they do share the same mechanisms to produce sound. So when these folks that I've mentioned with these various medical conditions experience a change in their voice, they notice these changes, maybe changes in breath support, there's a change in the quality of their voice and their ability to engage in communication. So whether these changes have potential for rehab or they're progressive in nature, research is telling us that singing can be adapted to serve a broad spectrum of clients and their goals.
I think of singing as being a joyful experience, but had no idea that it could be so therapeutic. In addition to some of the physical benefits that you've just described, would you say there are any social benefits to people who participate in the chorus, excuse me?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked. You know, the folks who attend the Aphasia Center program on Fridays tell me that there's really very few places for them to go and socialize, because if you have difficulty with communication and you're sitting with a group of people who are easily visiting with one another and you can't engage in that, sometimes even tracking the conversation can be difficult, then that's not a place where you want to be, because your comfort level is not there, your confidence just plummets.
That makes
So
sense.
in the years that our Aphasia Center has been open, aphasia singing chorus or choirs have been springing up all around the country, and they've had very promising outcomes. And by the way, you can Google aphasia choirs or chorus and actually hear some examples of aphasia choruses, California, New Jersey, Australia. And just don't expect to hear a tabernacle choir, because that's not going to happen. But there's specific research that's shown that singing in a community chorus improves mood and social engagement for people living with aphasia following a stroke. And I see evidence of this every week. Folks being greeted by name as they walk through the door, laughing together, checking in, see how the week has gone. Handshakes at the end of our rehearsal, if you call it a rehearsal, have now become hugs. And that's really, really special. People singing in a group develop a community, a sense of community. They develop new relationships, experience a new sense of belonging, and they gain social confidence, and that is so important. One gentleman is fairly new, has said that he so appreciates our group because he feels he's socially inept and he's very self-conscious with the change in his voice due to Parkinson's disease. And he says, you wait for me to talk, you understand. And so he probably talks more because of that. We also encourage caregivers to join us because they're going to experience similar benefits from being involved in a program along with the person, that usually it's a spouse or a child. We have a young man, his mother comes with him, he's in his 20s. And we have couples that come, and just seeing them as they're singing, looking one another and smiling, and they're there because they want to be there. It's not because they have a doctor's appointment or therapy schedule. It's just something that they choose to come to and to have fun.
Sounds so meaningful in so many ways to the people who participate.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
I think so, certainly from the feedback that we've gotten so far. And because we're looking at the social component as well as the benefits of singing for speech and language, we decided to invite people to bring their lunch and stay the second hour and have lunch together. And everyone's doing that. We gather around what I call the conversation table, have lunch, and now we're using our talking voices. And that's how we get to really know one another personally, is through lunch hour.
That's wonderful. I'm wondering if you could give the audience a sense of the types of music that you sing with this group.
Well, I'll go back to the ukulele.
I'm so glad you brought your ukulele.
Our music selection is quite eclectic. I invite everyone to bring me songs. Tell me the songs you want us to sing, and I'll prepare it for our rehearsal. And so I'm just going to give you a little song sampler.
Great.
Since you asked. You come to peek in, you might hear them singing, "Walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on." Well, walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Okay.
Lovely.
Or you might hear a song by the Platters. Yes, I'm the great pretender. And whatever that song is, I've forgotten. It's gone out of my head. But, or how about a Ray Charles song? Maybe I can do better on this one. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. So that's their favorite. We do spirituals. We've done Broadway tunes. Peter, Paul, and Mary. There's so many songs by that group. And we've been learning this song. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Sorry, my voice is not good. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. And we're memorizing that song. It tells a story, and songs that tell a story and that are repetitive in lyrics are easy to learn, so that we don't have to have the lyrics in front of us. We've done Broadway tunes. I'm sorry, I said that. We've done John Denver, Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, Simon and Garfunkel.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, we're happy to do any song that comes up. Recently, we were doing Blowing in the Wind, and some of us were thinking Peter, Paul, and Mary or Joan Baez, but we have a younger fellow, he's 50, and he said, "Oh, but you haven't heard," of course he didn't have all those words, but he kept saying Sam Cooke, Sam Cooke. And we said, "Oh, Sam Cooke sang this song." So we pulled it up on YouTube and listened to it, and he began singing. It was beautiful. He knew that arrangement. And songs, we associate events of the past with a lot of songs. And these songs are bringing up memories that we find in ourselves reminiscing, telling stories. And that's all a part of the experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Going back to the singing part, does one have to be a really great singer to join this chorus?
I'm so glad you asked. Starting with me, no. No, the chorus is open to anyone with a communication disorder, aphasia, and their caregivers. Our singers and caregivers do not need to read music, be able to read music. They do not have to have had past singing experience. They don't even have to be able to read. Some of our folks with aphasia, they're working on regaining their reading skills. And it's my job as a director to adapt the experience so that it's meaningful for everyone during that time. Yeah.
Well, I imagine that some of the people watching this might find this appealing, and you might hear from them, I'm hoping.
I hope so. We need more singers. But yeah, we have a good time, and if folks would just drop in for a visit and see what it's like, we're happy to have that happen. There's no charge. Thank you to your program.
Oh.
We're able to be there without having to charge a fee at this point. And so we just want people to come and see what it's like.
Well, let's hope some more do. At the beginning, you played the greeting song, and I think we're out of time. It might be time for the goodbye song.
Oh, I think I have one of those too. So long. Are you gonna echo back?
Sure.
Maybe the camera folks can sing back. So long.
So long.
Farewell.
Farewell.
I think it's time to go. So long.
So long.
Stay well.
Stay well.
Until we meet again.
Thank you for joining us on Senior Moments. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Linda Brayman, wishing you a great day.